guys, I'm back. Today I wanted to do a very quick video on um, 3D all over templates. I have a relatively cheap, it's like a book, um, all over template that's on my website. Website will be in the link in the description below. But I had a good question. Someone asked me, how did they use the template? And I guess and after, because I do mine a little bit different than what everybody else does theirs, and I was trying to figure out the best way to teach how to use it. So I think I got an easy way, or halfway decently easy way. So when you purchase it, it comes with a lot of different sizes. Let me see, can I show you what it looks like? It looks like this. It comes like this 3D shirt all over template, and I just randomly pulled the size, that I have available. And so it's an extra small, and it comes in 3 different pieces. So it comes with the help guide that tells you what everything is for. It tells you, then it comes with a template, and then it comes with basically a white background. So the person asked, well, how do I, get my stuff inside, make it look good? And I was like, that's a good question. Now, this is the way I do it. And I'm sure this is what she was talking about, and I'm going to show you guys this way in a minute. But this is a little bit more advanced than this way. So first thing I do is turn off this, because you don't need that, because you'll get to using it so much that you'll know which each part is for. And I just pulled in a random background, and as you can see, it's behind it, so you can still work in this, and you can basically create your shirt right here within this, and then you can turn this off when you get ready to print. Okay, you can turn the guides off, and right now you see a lot of purple, and that's a lot of wasting of ink. So the first thing that I would do is what I call place guidelines. So we're in Photoshop. You go to view. My paper is 13 by 21. I ordered it from Amazon, and it was supposed to be Dytrans, but I later found out that it actually came from Kunde. So if you're a Kunde fan, that's basically where that paper came from, Kunde, and it's called Dytrans paper. And so far so good, I like it. My ultimate go-to paper is Paradise Galore paper. It's 13 by 19, but I needed some paper quick, fast, and in a hurry, and so I ordered it from Amazon versus ordering it from Paris. But my number one paper is always Paradise Galore, which I will link both papers in the description. But today I'm using Kunde paper. So the first thing you do is go to view, go to new guide, and horizontally, from this way, horizontal, my papers are gonna lay 13 by 21. So the height would be 13, like this. So as you can kind of get how I'm laying the paper. And then I would put in one that is 21 inches long. So the vertical is 21. Okay, so you see how that is. So this one block right here is one piece of 13 by 21 paper. Okay, so you're saying, well, how do I get this block? Well, it's the same thing. You could I would go back a little bit. So what I would probably do is subtract. We know that this is 21 inches long, so I would subtract this. So you can know what size this is. You go to image, canvas size, and it'll tell you how big your canvas is. So this canvas is 36.5. That's the width of it. So you know that this whole canvas is 36.5. So you take 36.5 and you subtract 21. you 15.5, which means that'll throw this line back here somewhere. We don't really need it to be that far back. I'm just going to show you if you do it that way. New guide, and you say vertical 15.5. So you see it gives you a good overlap if you want to do it that way. I don't necessarily need it that far. I'm going to do it about an inch away, and you can just slide this guide and see. And then that way, when you grab it here, see how it's telling you what the guidelines is now. Now it's 13 by 18 or 13 by 19. You get what I'm saying? So you kind of get where you're going with that. And over here, okay, so this is my next one. I would just we don't need all of this purple over here. That's wasting ink. You just need this red line over to this line, and you just need to make sure that it stays within the parameters of your 13 by 21. So I'm just going to create a guide, new guide, vertical, and I'm going to say 8. I'm pretty doggone close. So I'm just going to slide it over here, and then I go to my rectangular marquee tool, and I will just pull it all the way over here till I know where it's 13 and to the bottom. And see, this is a 13 by 19 piece of paper. You know, and you would cut. You don't need all of this, so you would cut this and this. But okay, we need to. Let me go back because I may be going too fast and I may be saying it wrong as well. Okay, so we know this line is 13, and we need to be able to overlap, the shirt some to ensure that we get good coverage on the shirt. So since this is 13, I'm gonna add a new guide at 12. Oops. You want to get rid of a guide, just slide it to the margin like that. New guide, and it's horizontal, and I need to do 12. So it's right up there. It's right above it. That gives us about an inch overlap here. And then let's put one down here. New guide, horizontal, let's say 32, because we know that from top to bottom that is 33, and that's how I get that number. Like, where is she pulling these numbers from? Okay, I'm pulling this number because I know that my canvas from top to bottom is 33 inches tall, and from left to right is 36. So I just guessed that was about an inch worth of space left at the bottom of the shirt. So that's how I got 32. So then I go over here to this tool, and I say, let's see how long this is. Okay, so I'm still within my parameters of here to this line. You see, it is 12 by 20. So I'm still in the parameters of having paper that's long enough. If you're working with 13 by 19 paper, you probably have to finagle it a little bit or come up a little bit, and that should be enough. If you come right to the bottom of the shirt, that's 18. So if you just make it 19, if you bring your guideline up a little bit to 19, it should be enough bleed that you don't for shirt. So make sure you measure, give yourself enough room so you can have a clean bleed. So okay, that's that one. And you do the same thing to the other side. So if you don't know the exact numbers of these guys, like if you click here, it'll kind of give you a somewhat of a numeric close to what it is. So I just go in and say new guide 30 vertical, and see, it gets me close, and I just drag it where I need it to be, line it up where I need to be, and then again I test it from this overlap guide to this overlap guide to make sure that, and I'm within my parameters, so I know I have, and I'm not wasting ink, and I'm not wasting paper. So right now it only takes me 4 sheets of paper to get this whole thing completed. And let me show you how to do this. Oh, well, Melanie, well, how do we separate it? How do we do that? So we do this and delete that because we don't need that. And so we say we don't even need a background. So you could basically say merge visible. Or flatten image, merge visible. Discard hidden layers. Okay, so that just threw away your guidelines. You don't need it anymore because you know now what you're blocking off. You don't need the template anymore because you're done with that. So you get your marquee tool and you say, and you grab it from here to here like we did in the beginning, and then you right click and you say layer via copy. And so you got this section, see, separate section of the shirt that now you can move. And so let's just pretend we got something on here. So we'll do file new, and you'll say, here go my 13 by 21, and I'm just gonna do like that. Okay, and that is essentially how you get there. Okay, and you will take this and drag this into your new layer. Correctly for itself is a good question, because I shouldn't have had to change the size. Oh, I think this is one of those times where we didn't set up the pixels. The pixels have to be the same. And I gotta see what mine is. That's why it didn't do right. That's a thing you need to make sure that when you start working on your design, that your right here, let me show you. See, your resolution is 300 here. My resolution is 300. On that other one that we bringing in, I don't know what the resolution is on this. And it's supposed to be able to tell you what the resolution is. I just don't. Oh, here it is. It's 150. So change your resolution to 300 and click OK. It takes a few minutes to change the resolution, because that's why I came in half the size it was supposed to be. The resolutions have to match. If the resolutions don't match, then the image, when you get ready to drag it to print it, is going to be off. So you need to make sure you have your resolutions the same when you open a new canvas to start pulling your shirts and stuff into. Okay. and we need to do it again. So you do it like this, pull it over, and right click, layer via copy, drag it over here to this one now, drag it on the mat, and that way you just rotate it. Oops, too far. I don't want to write it out. Okay. Straight as you get it. And I usually label mine and say top left sleeve, so I know where I'm at. And then you go back, you delete this, you do the same thing again, and you come here, and then you say that's what you do. And then close this one. Rotate it, and then you say top right sleeve, and then go back, delete, same thing. Your whole shirt, and then that's how you get this to be the shirt, just the shirt part. So that is one way of doing it. That's a lot of steps, but that is one way of doing it if you're using the template, using this template. And then you just go ahead and print the full shirt like this, tape it together, then you have one whole piece for the shirt. And like I said, I'm using 13 by 19 or 13 by 21. Now the other way of doing it is my way, where I essentially created clipping masks, and I think that's how I answered hers. And to just kind of show you what I mean by creating a clipping mask, I'm gonna go in here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna just pull one. So I pulled the PNG version and I opened it. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't pull the PNG version. Which one did I do? Did I do SVG? I can't remember which one I opened. be this one. So 36.5 by 33. Okay. 300 resolution. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to remember what I did. I do this so much, so fast, majority of the time, and I use these more so when I'm creating a mock-up versus the one I'm actually doing a shirt. Most of the time when I actually do a shirt, I just measure the shirt and then just design based on measurements. I don't have to use templates anymore, but I know everybody's not me and don't know how to do it, and especially if you're starting out, guides are better than, but when you get used to it and you understand measuring your shirt, you'll be able to create a design and you won't even have to use a template. It takes a little while for it to rasterize it and upload it, since I'm changing the actual size that it comes in. So I'll just give it a minute or two. If you're doing it this way, this is way number 2. Let me be clear. This is way number 2 on how to do this. The first, okay. I don't know why it, when it loads, is doing that. I'm gonna do it from here, because right now it's just not cooperating. So we're gonna release clipping mask for right now. So what I did was, I drew inside of here. This is what it was supposed to be doing, and for some strange reason it did not want to. So you see, and that is the quick select tool over here, and that's what I did. And it is the SVG version. You can see at the top where it says SVG. Why, when I tried to do it a few minutes ago, it would not cooperate. I have no idea, but that is the SVG version that I was using. And you see that, and then you go down here and say create a layer mask, and boom, it leaves you with this. So you're left with that. Got your design here, create a clipping mask, and then you just start designing from there. And you know that everything that is inside of here is the shirt. There is no bleed on the shirt. Okay, there is no bleed. So this is the shirt right here, and you need to stay within the confines of this shirt. Give it about an inch on the edge, and know that if you put anything up against the edge of the shirt, it's gonna get cut off. And I pretty much guide it out like we did a few minutes ago, and print it the same way, and tile it out and do it the same way. So that is how I do that for someone who wants to, I want to see it inside the shirt. So basically you're doing like this. So you say placing in bed. Let me see what shirt did I just do here recently that I could use that for. And let's do this. So I got some Care Bears here. He's not PNG. It says PNG, but he's not. That's a learning experience. Let's do that. He's not. He's still sitting in a white background. We do the same thing for him. Trace around him and get just the white. And boom. And then you do I got it now. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay. I hit is select Control I for select inverse. So Control I, select inverse. That's how you select inverse. and then create a layer mask, and then it's by itself. I knew there was a way, guys. I just had to think about it. Okay. And so if you want, it's the Care Bear here, the whole side of this shirt, and then you say create a clipping mask, and then you can see what it's like with just let's do it again, just in case my retarded self did not tell you guys right. So you go to your quick select tool here. Make sure you click on it, and you just go all the white space. Okay, so it figured it out. Photoshop usually does that. It was like, oh, she want this. Yeah, that's what I want. Thanks. Appreciate it. And then you hit Shift Control I, and then you hit Create Selected Mask. And boom. There you go. Something over here didn't get it all, but you get the idea. And there you go. Then I will do this, and then I will do that, and then create a clipping mask, and then boom. I don't usually do that. I usually work with ones that already have been cleaned, just because that is such a tedious process of trying to clean that. And if you're unfamiliar, the majority of these haven't been cleaned out. Most of the time I just take these bad boys over the Canva, clean them all out, and then bring them back and work with them. It's just a headache trying to deal with them and clean them out and all that kind of stuff like that. I usually try to work with ones that have already been done, but obviously none of these have been, and I just don't want to fight with that anymore. So yeah, but that's how you do that. That's how you get that, and then you put your fonts and all your great stuff, and be mindful that this is an armpit, so if he's that high up, there may be some creasing here and some creasing here and some creasing around the collar, and so on and so forth. But other than that, you just rock. You just go ahead and start designing, and then because this little white line that's right there, it's gonna bother me. Oh, it's not letting me get that. Okay, but it's not even a real shirt, and I care. But that is how you utilize that. This I did the same thing, but I did it for the bleed, and I actually did let it cut the background out. So if you want to say duplicate the layer, I've done this too, and bring this down here. And then turn this back on. But basically what's happening here is I'm making sure that I got enough space and I can line it up and make sure that everything is right. So literally what I would do to make sure that all of this is lining up properly, I would click on this and make this size, and then I would do the same for the other one just to ensure. See how this one is not the same as that one? So I would just bring this all the way to the edges and make sure they're both the same size. So if I want to print this entire shebang, print the whole thing, and not worry about it bleeds or it's stuff going all the way to the edge, then it matches up and I could just grid this out and print this in all the way to the bleed to make sure that I got plenty enough bleed. But if you don't want to do that, you could turn both on and just print this part. Most of the time this is a little bit bigger than the shirt, and most of the time it fits the way that it's supposed to. It honestly depends on the brand of shirt you're using, because some brands have wider sleeves and so on and so forth. So if my advice would be, if you don't want to print the bleed, get the bleed, then just increase this a little bit, the what's on the screen a little bit in size, and go from there and just work with it like that. And it is definitely a trial and error. Not all templates fit all shirts. There's some other people I would visit would be Innate Labs. She has a version. Cosmos Inc. I think has a version of 3D templates, and there are a host of other ones that are online. And I would just get a bunch of them, and I would just start saying, this template works best with jerseys 21M and 21B. This one works best with this brand of shirts, with Sublivy. I think that's the next best one, Sublivy. And there are other host of people who order shirts and have their own. Cosmos even have their own brand now, which is awesome. Their shirts are amazing if you could catch them. But just get you a couple of templates and then try them with a bunch of shirts, and then say, this template goes with this brand of shirts, and then that way you won't have to fight with, okay, this is not lining up, or this is not enough overlap to cover everything. That's just a little bit of my advice. I know that this video was way longer than we expected, and I did a lot of fumbling but thank you guys for sitting here with me and let me figure this thing out with you guys, and letting us walk through it and play with it a little bit. So my goal is to start uploading a lot more videos. I have a lot of videos. The next set of videos are going to be more geared towards 3D printing shirts, designing shirts. I'm getting more into using Photoshop. This t-shirt template can definitely be used with Silhouette. I'm probably gonna do it again and use Silhouette to do it this time, and it probably come out a whole lot better if we use Silhouette. So I will see you guys next time. Again, thank you for sticking in here with me, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.